and welcome to Asiidkiid and Friends. And today, what are we doing? We're doing like a podcast kind of thing. We're going to talk about gaming news, gaming history, and just basically a subject of games that we're going to choose. And I'm with Thomas Lake.
What up, G's?
And I'm also with Ariel Alphabet.
Hello.
I was going to say your full name then, but I thought that would have been weird.
Nah, just call it by a weird name. That's fine.
Yeah, just call it John through the whole thing.
Alright, John!
And today, well, we're going to talk about like childhood games that we loved in the past, or games that we've probably, haven't played in the past but recently come to them now, what have you. So, do you want to start us off, Tom?
Where did I start? I began with the Nintendo 64 because, what was the first game? It probably would have been Super Mario 64.
I was expecting you to say Star Fox, because I know you're a massive Star Fox fan.
Not one of my beginning games. I don't know what, all I know is Super Mario was my first game. 64, what a game. I don't know what my second one was.
What, Super Mario 64?
Super Mario 64. No, anyone who's had a Nintendo 64 should have played that game.
So I never had a Nintendo 64, but I remember playing the hell out of it around a friend's house.
When I can get mine to work, I plan on playing it so much.
See, when I first had my DS, they re-released it for DS, and it was weird because it was like exactly the same game. You could get like different characters in it as well, like Yoshi and stuff like that.
You see, you only got Mario in mine. Just Mario, but that's what made it was called Super Mario, not Super Mario featuring Yoshi and friends and whatnot.
Just like everyone just intrude in the game.
Exactly.
See, but the weird thing is, that was how like when like Wario weren't out and what have you.
I don't know when he was invented.
Was he before?
I'm not too sure.
But the weird thing is, like, the second Wario came out, he got like a game instantly afterwards.
That's because Nintendo needs that money.
But like, you would have thought there would have been like a spin-off of a Bowser game or something.
They probably have done one.
I don't think they have.
They probably have.
You know how else would be called a Toad game?
A Toad, yeah, no.
I think it'd just be a bit boring, really.
I don't know how it'd work, but they'd find something about it.
You'd just be chasing Mario around saying, sorry, our princess is in another castle.
Yeah, you literally just, at the end of the level already, at the start of the game, you're just waiting for Mario to turn up. Fuck's sake, where is he? Go on,
just basically test the Mario.
It should be like, Mario Stalker. Go on, Ari, do you want to kick us off with one of your favourite childhood games?
I loved platform games when I was a kid, and I played the heck out of Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, who didn't they?
Well,
seriously. Yeah. They were amazing for the time. Well, they're still amazing now.
Well, yeah.
The new releases are not the greatest.
Yeah. What's the whole thing with making Spyro one of these Skylander fake things? It's not even Spyro anymore.
No, it ain't. It's
his cousin.
All of his cousins. All of his cousins that ain't dragons. No, I think like it's like a Teen Titan kind of thing. They've like made a force. It's weird.
Yeah.
And it's just like completely irrelevant to the Spyro story.
Close enough.
Like, and some of the Crash Bandicoot as well. That's gone like completely over the edge as well.
I can't remember like the last Crash Bandicoot game that came out. I played one on the PS2, but that was like the first one that came out.
Like the Wrath of Cortex.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that was number 3, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
No, because 3 was Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And I played that one a lot as well.
I still remember the cheat on that to get infinity lives.
You jump on the polar bear.
Yeah, on the second level. Jesus Christ. I don't know why, but that's just reminding me of a game. Do you remember Pandemonium?
Yes, no. I do. I played Pandemonium 2 so much. I remember the cheat for getting loads of lives in that, as well as typing never die on the password thingy.
Well, they made that quite hard, didn't they?
Well, yeah.
So there was like games on the PC that I played when I was younger as well, and it's like password was like for like not to die. You just typed in /God mode, and you think, well, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Like the original Unreal.
Yeah, Unreal.
The guard mode or ammo.
Yeah, I think Quake was the same as well, I think. I'm not too sure. But what was we talking about? Crash Bandicoot, that was the one. No, it was Pandemonium even. I was hoping someone would say they knew that game.
Would you like to give a description of what Pandemonium is for the people who, like me, who don't know what it is?
I can't really describe it, it's weird.
It's a really trippy platform game.
Yeah, it is. It's like, if you've taken LSD, then playing Pandemonium would be an overdose. Because there's just that many colours and that many things going on. Basically, I'm not entirely sure what the story is, but there's two characters in the game that you play as kind of at the same time. There was like a jester, and was it just like a normal woman?
Yeah, I can't remember like any of the story apart
Me
from...
neither.
I never finished that. I played like loads of levels, but I never finished it.
I remember the last level on the first one where I think it was just a giant eye you had to beat.
Weird.
Yeah, so that proper fucks with your head. Yeah. But no, I think my childhood game, in so many, because I started out on the Sega Mega Drive, then I went to the SNES, and so I literally just built all the way up, all the way. But I actually specifically remember one day my brother begging my mum to get in Mortal Kombat, and I remember when she came home with it, the game was an 18, and as a matter of fact, it was that game that actually brought out ratings on games because of how gruesome it was. Well, I suppose you had nothing else to match with it really, because I don't think Sonic the Hedgehog is just a 3+, ain't it?
Something like that.
It's weird to think now, because that game is like, you'd think it's not even violent.
What, on the SNES and the Mega Drive, Mortal Kombat?
Well, if you think of it back now, you mean, you just think it's not as violent as it used to look.
You can think like, some people may still find it gruesome, because there is parts, you know, like you uppercut people and they fall into acid pits and there's just blood everywhere and a skeleton floating along. I still think that's pretty bad. Or some of the fatalities still.
Yeah, I remember playing one of them, and I had to turn away sometimes. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous.
There's only one thing that makes me cringe, and that's the newest Mortal Kombat on the Xbox 360. You have these things called X-rays, and it's like a special move where you press both your triggers at the same time, and it'll go into like an X-ray mode, obviously, where you can see the person's skeleton, and it say like if you punch them in the jaw, it'll crack their jaw, and you see like the bones shattering. It doesn't bother me except for this one where he stabs them in the kneecap, and I don't know why. I just it proper makes me cringe.
I like the X-rays. I think they're pretty cool.
They are cool. They're a bit OP.
I don't really find it very cringy.
It's just like weird how Mortal Kombat evolved, because like I remember playing it back when I was little. I was really little, and it was so hard, and it's still hard now. You know, you get like the arcade collections on the Xbox and stuff like that, and I can't beat them. Got no chance. But then you play some of them now, and it's like they've made it user-friendly, so a lot more people buy it, and a lot more people can get into it.
Just like Injustice.
Oh yeah. But, well, we're going on to Ari's, like, what would you call it? Expertise now. Right, have you played Injustice?
No, I haven't, but I've heard like a lot of stuff about it.
Yeah, it is really good. It is literally, right, it's Mortal Kombat mechanics and physics. It's by the same makers of Mortal Kombat, but it's all DC characters.
Basically Mortal Kombat versus DC, but just no DC.
That was a terrible
no
game.
Kombat.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I remember playing that a bit.
It's like, well, it's a bit odd because my favourite character in that is the Flash, and it just turns out that the owner of Mortal Kombat, his favourite DC comic character is the Flash, so they always make him OP in every game that they make with the Flash in. So, it's a bit ironic.
All about Batman.
Well, we'll have to decide this in a video sometime.
Next podcast.
Definitely.
No, I mean in like me versus you, Injustice. You'd be Batman, I'll be the Flash.
You're going to win.
So, any other games then, Tom, that you...
GTA. The old
yeah.
little 2D pixelated ones.
I remember those.
Oh, it was...
In the first one, wasn't it like a top-down view?
Yeah, bird's eye view. A few of them were like that until they brought out GTA 3, weren't it?
Yeah,
when
The
I think so.
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2.
I remember when that first came out, and it was like the voice acting was so bad, and your character just had like no words.
Claude just stood there.
Just like stood there and took the shit and did what he had to do.
Basically GTA Online. Stands there while people talk to him.
But no, I liked. Well, no, I never had the original Grand Theft Auto. I remember when Blockbuster was like the place, when Game and Game Station weren't really that big. I remember going to Blockbuster and they didn't have the original GTA. So I think later on I got GTA London.
The earliest ones I have are GTA 2 and GTA London.
Yeah, GTA London was alright. It's just good getting that Jag with the Union Jack on the top of it.
I've never heard of this GTA London before.
It was good. You could like drive into Buckingham Palace and everything, man.
Sterilise the Queen.
No, that was quite fun.
It was a fun game. Those 2D graphics of when you die, you just like a skeleton. Like was it when you went the train tracks? It's like, how was that game in 18?
I can't remember. I remember you had a certain button and you could either like fart or spit. And I used to just run around pressing that button as fast as I could.
Fuck dogs.
But no, that was like the making of it back in the day. So anything else then, Ari? Anything else you can think of?
Yeah, I played the Final Fantasy games absolutely loads when I was a kid. I must have put at least way more than 100 hours into Final Fantasy 8, easily. I spent so much of my childhood just playing video games, and obviously I can't talk about childhood games without talking about Pokemon.
Oh yeah, no, you can't.
Pokemon
You literally
Blue,
can't
babe.
forget Pokemon.
Yeah,
Blue.
I still have my copy.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and my original Game Boy Color as well.
Game Boy Advance.
See, I've got my SP somewhere, but the only thing I used to play on that was Beyblades. And that weren't the best, but like, I've tried playing Pokemon now, obviously I've got it on a 3DS, and it all just seems like a grind now, whereas when I was playing it as a kid, it just seemed dead easy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But
I
like,
had no idea what I was doing. I could never find the Pokey Flute.
didn't you used to get it off that old man?
I don't know, and like just old man. Fucking.
See, like, if we had Joss in here, he would tell you everything about Pokemon. He is like, he is Amy Tom. He's just like the knowledge of Pokemon. It's mad. But
There's always that one guy amongst in any group of friends who knows the most about Pokemon.
oh yeah, there is. Like, we play the Pokemon Master Trainer board game, and it's like, it's the first evolution, and you get extra points for obviously like collecting the evolutions. So for example, you get Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, and we're sitting there, me and Tom are like looking at each other, and we're trying to think of like the next evolutions, and I don't know, we'll say, oh, what's the evolutions for Beedrill? And obviously, you know, it's Weedle, and then Kakuna, and Beedrill, and Joss will just come out of it like it's a language. It's mad.
Yeah, I could probably name at least 75% of them just off the top of my head. Of the original 151, that is.
We should do that as a video sometime.
I think we could name all of them.
Between us, I reckon we would.
Let me get some revising.
Get some remote fuck college work. Where's my Pokemon Blue gone?
Doesn't matter if I fail. I need to know this.
Do you remember the missing no?
Yes, I can. You surfed up and down the side of Cinnabar Island where the gym was.
That was really weird though, because you were surfing up and down the side and you used to find like Rapidash and Ponyta on the side.
Yeah, like there was this one glitch online where you sometimes came up against like a level 300 Snorlax.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I beat it once, and that's with an entire team.
Bloody hell. So I've played some modded versions of Pokemon, which I thought were a bit crap really, because you just go into the wild grass at the beginning, oh, level 99 Mew, and you think, oh, I ain't going to catch that. You look in your bag and you've got like a Master Ball. You think this is going to just make the game ridiculously easy. Then as soon as you get the XP share, it's just daft then. There's just like no point in playing it.
But my proudest moment for Pokemon is raising a Dratini from level like 2 or 3 up to a Dragonite of level 80 something.
Wow.
I put so many hours into doing that.
My proudest Pokemon moment is PokeMMO, finding a shiny Psyduck in the gym leader castle bit where you have to hand in all the badges. The place where you only go through once and you get a shiny.
Wow.
So basically, if you don't know what PokeMMO is, it's a thing that's been set up on the internet. It's basically just, it's the can you do the 2 regions?
Just one at the moment. I don't think I've updated. I ain't played it.
Well, yeah, I haven't played it in a while. You do the first region, but it's online. So you can battle people, you can trade with people, you can do all sorts. It is really good how they've done it.
Just no rares. What, my Mewtwo?
Oh, we did start to do a series on it, didn't we?
We got some videos in the early days.
Yeah. Where we travelled the SSN.
The SSN, and I just got left behind.
Fucking hate that place as a kid.
I loved it. It was my favourite.
It was like a maze. I could never find my way round it.
When we all went there, I just got left behind.
You're trying to find that old bloke throwing up in a bin, and he just happens to pull out cut. Oh, cheers, mate.
Yeah, but then you have to fight your rival and stuff before that as well.
I can't remember what I called my rival.
Isn't it Dorsey?
Yeah, it was actually. Dorsey, if you're watching this, you're my rival.
What mine was? Mine's like Bob or something stupid like that.
No, the other thing that I used to hate as well, in fact my cousin showed me, is when you used to go into, I know this ain't the proper name and I know I'm probably going to get slapped for it, Dugtrio Cave or Diglett Cave.
Dig.
Oh, don't start that. But I only realised a couple of years ago that you don't need flash to get through there. You can just kind of guess it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I didn't know that. I made that game like a priority that I got flash before I entered that cave. But did you play much of like Gold and Silver as well?
No, I played like a little bit of Gold and Silver and then nothing until like Pokemon Crystal, which I just like hammered over a weekend, and I was like, oh, well, I'm done now.
So, did you play Gold and Silver, Tom?
Only really yellow and blue.
What?
Only yellow and blue.
Run about the
They're
next
the ones
region.
we play. Well, I know, but they're the only Pokemon games I've really played.
See, that's what really annoyed me about Yellow, how you had Pikachu follow you everywhere.
Fucking Pikachu, the little bastard.
We actually had a
Yeah.
kid at school, right, that had, it sounds horrible to say, but he actually had no friends. But you'd say like one word to him, like, you know, first thing in the morning, oh, good morning mate, how's it going? And then he would follow you round like that Pikachu off Pokemon Yellow. It was horrible. You just couldn't get rid of him.
There's something like that at every school.
Yeah. You're just like really lucky that it ain't yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Or secretly, you know, it could have been you. You don't know. It's just people.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we've gone from childhood games to childhood weirdos.
Childhood
And
nightmares.
let's not get started because on my list is going to be quite full.
Yeah, we're all just going to end up in tears in a
Let's
minute.
get back onto
crying.
gaming. Right. Let's start with one of the best shooting games ever made.
You're going to say GoldenEye, ain't you?
Yes, I was going to say Modern Warfare 2 actually.
Oh my god.
I'm
no.
joking. Of course it is GoldenEye. Any person who has only played every shooting game ever should have played GoldenEye.
Yeah, they will know that GoldenEye is like the daddy of FPS games.
And anyone who uses Odd Job in fucking versus can't play the game properly.
No, I remember, like I said, I never had a Nintendo 64 as a child. It was one thing that I always wanted, but I never had.
Same, and I have one now.
So
Like 15 years too late, but whatever.
So the thing is, I don't know why, but I've only just recently discovered that I'm actually more mad on Nintendo products than I am, you know, Microsoft and Sony. Like,
I've always known.
but it's like the Nintendo DS. People don't actually realise how great it is. People are, oh yeah, it's just a little handheld system. But if you've got a group of friends with you, and they've all got DSs, and like we do, Tom, the single card play, I think that's brilliant.
The trick is to have friends.
Yeah. See, that's what Nintendo's always been, ain't it? It's a family console.
Yeah, there's never really any like grown-up games for it. I mean, obviously on the Wii you had the Resident Evil game, but
Oh yeah.
there was like a handful of games that were like that.
Well, I think that's what its downfall was with this whole family thing. I don't think people actually do family gaming anymore. I think it's all, you know, just
Yeah.
like us, sit up in our bedrooms, nerding it out.
Yeah, or if
YOLO.
people do play games around the family, it's not necessarily family friendly.
Well, I think the same was with the Kinect really. The Kinect doesn't really appeal of, oh yeah, I'm going to go home tonight, I'm going to play this on the Kinect. Like, I think we only get our Kinect out when we have a party.
And Central, baby.
And me and Tom are just the Don at Dance Central. But I think that's the same with Nintendo. I think Nintendo's more of a party thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's a really bad selling point for them.
Meh.
Well,
The only time we've like brought the Wii out recently has been like for parties and stuff. But on the plus side, because it's like such a sort of a party family kind of console, you get a lot of good multiplayer games, which are kind of hard to come by these days.
It's like the first one they brought out for the Wii Sports. It was just dead simple, but it worked. Everyone could play it. You know, my granddad used to play the bowling on Wii Sports. Couldn't get him off it. And you know, it's just something everyone can adapt to.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not like my granddad's going to think, oh yeah, I really enjoyed that bowling, I'm going to go out and buy a Wii. You know, he might, he might not.
It is more of a family thing, I find.
It's a fun, it's a good idea.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant console, it's a brilliant concept, but it's just a really bad selling point for Nintendo. Like, I was reading the newspaper today and I was talking to you about oh shit. What the hell was that?
Oh, my housemates are just like making food and stuff.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, like I was saying earlier to you on Facebook about Nintendo, we're hoping to, I think it was to make 350 million this year, but instead they've worked out that they're going to probably lose 205 million.
And make one more terrible game console.
Yeah, but wasn't like one of their consoles really popular last year?
3DS probably.
Yeah.
Well, I think the 3DS's selling point was Pokemon.
Well, yeah, definitely.
I think if they hadn't have released Pokemon, not as many people would have bought a 3DS.
That's that and Animal Crossing are the only other reasons why I want
Animal
3DS.
Crossing as well. Well, that was my buying point for the 3DS. I didn't necessarily want one, then I saw Pokemon was coming out. And to be honest with you, I've played more other games than I actually have Pokemon. I think it just needs like a trial. People need like a trial on it to actually understand how good it is.
Yeah.
I think especially when Super Smash Bros. Comes out as well. Please tell me about that in the game on Nintendo 64.
I don't, that's one of the games that mine didn't come with.
Oh my god, it is.
But it's 15 years old today, or this year.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, right?
Well, no, I could literally spend hours on that game, I love it.
I played the GameCube one a lot, I really liked it.
That was Melee.
Oh yeah.
That one, well, that is good as well. Basically, the three that they've brought out so far are basically the same, just different characters.
Well, yeah. Or with more characters.
Oh, yeah. But it's like Sony tried to copy it. I don't know if you've heard of it. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like Sony.
It's basically exactly the same game. It doesn't really look any different at all.
Yeah, it is, ain't it? But it's just...
It's terrible, but it's just, yeah.
It's just Sony characters. But,
I know, there's the Final Fantasy one as well, the Dissidia.
See, when I was meant to say this when we were talking about Final Fantasy earlier, but then you went straight onto Pokemon and my heart just went. But the only Final Fantasy game I have played is 8, but I played it at a really young age and I can't remember much about it.
Yeah, me too. I played it from the ages of about 7 to 13, 14, and I never finished it. I got stuck on the last boss and I couldn't beat it.
I remember
played one.
Which one was that?
I don't know, you come off a train.
Final Fantasy 7?
That's... I don't know.
It sounds like 7.
There's a black guy with guns for hands who looks a bit like Mr. T. Yeah,
that's definitely 7.
That's number 7 then.
So I've actually heard 7 is the best one. Which
it's been argued.
But there's about 100 games of them, so one of them's bound to be good.
The newest one, 13.2, was absolutely terrible. I actually remember I traded some games in and I just went into game and I just picked a load of things up off the shelf and I brought 13.2 and it was one of those games that I didn't play for a while and then I thought, you know what, I've got some time, I'll stick it in, and it was horrible.
I can't say I'm really a fan of any of the games anyway.
Well, I think you might have had to play 13, like the original 13, to understand what was going on in 13.2, because it was like watching a film halfway through. I didn't have a clue.
Well, that normally makes no sense when it comes to sequels.
I suppose not though, because if you look at the Gears of War, you can kind of guess what's going on there.
True.
And Halo. Which we've just recorded, by the way. If this goes out before Halo, make sure you check it out.
I'll check it out anyway.
Shit out, boys!
Anyway, what was we talking about, Tom? And then we kind of just...
Oh, I don't know, we've gone on a bit of a tangent.
Yeah, we have kind of gone off-road, off skew, off something anyway. So, another favourite childhood game. Time Splitters.
Never played it.
Oh my god. And I know the only time you've played it, Tom, is around my house.
Yep.
And
It's
that
really
is
fun.
it is just amazing. It's a first-person shooter. It is a lot like GoldenEye, really, ain't it?
Just not as good.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The mechanic.
Let's not go there. We'll turn this into a knowledge.
Yeah, this won't be a podcast. This will just be like a brawl. But no, it's a first-person shooter, but you have a story mode and an arcade mode, and on each one you can unlock different characters. And there's nothing special about different characters. They've got different stats, like, you know, some can run faster and reload faster. But then you have like stupid game modes as well. Like there's one called Virus, whereas like when we played it before, there's a group of us on my original Xbox on my big TV, and one of you start out as a zombie kind of thing with a green smoke around them, and
Right.
the whole idea is you've just got to avoid them. If they run into you, you then become a zombie as well. So then you all just end up screaming and shouting at each other. It's horrible, but it's great.
Yeah, it does sound pretty fun.
It is fun. It's a good party game, and plus there's a map maker on it as well.
Oh, cool.
So, and it's not particularly complicated either. It's something you can just jump in and learn over about 15 minutes.
Bitches love the map maker.
You can't go wrong with a good map maker.
Do you remember the level maker on Tony Hawk's?
I do. I used to love that.
So many bad levels created. There's so many stupid C8 parts. They're
Just a giant jump and then you hit the wall of the map. You're like, great.
Yeah.
Well, there's just spikes everywhere.
Yeah, shit. That's mad.
Most of them weren't really very well planned. They're just giant jumps.
Yeah.
The tunnels.
So I remember playing, which one was it? I think it might have been Underground 2. And it would have been my stepbrother's PlayStation at the time, because I never actually had Underground 2. And I always used to make maps, and then we used to stick it on 2-player on free mode. And I remember one time, I always used to try and make towns. I don't know why. Like, I don't know, you used to say, oh, that's your house there, and that's my house, and all that bollocks. I was young, right? But I remember one time, I always used to think, oh, I wish you could go inside these houses. And then I actually remember glitching inside one of them and I couldn't get back out.
Oh, weird.
I've finally done it, but I'm trapped.
My dream has been fulfilled. How the fuck do I get out? I'm more than positive that was Underground 2.
Well, it might have been. Wall destruction tool.
Talking about GTA, what we was on about the other day, Total Overdose.
Yes.
Have you ever played that, Ari?
Never heard of it.
It was a complete and utter GTA rip-off. But it was set in Mexico and you could do the Matrix.
What? That sounds amazing.
The Matrix.
It was really odd, good at the same time.
Very good game.
So, well, you'd have to look it up because it was brilliant, but I can't even remember the storyline to that.
It's one of those games you just do, but you don't remember anything from it, apart from just like the actual game itself.
Yeah, just go around killing people. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other great games that was out on like Nintendo back in the day.
Jet Force Gemini.
Never played that.
You see, I know nearly loads of these good games, but none of you fucking know what I'm on about.
You sure you're not just imagining all of them?
Yeah, you sure that went like a really odd dream?
No. It was a very, very good game. I never actually finished it right, and I looked up the ending for it the other week, and it's possibly the worst ending ever, and it's completely destroyed the gaming for me.
So it was a really good game.
It was a really good game, just it's got probably the worst ending to any game I've ever seen ever, and it's ruined the entire game for me. You know, it's one of those games you can never do as a kid because one level was ridiculously it got really complicated near the end.
What game was like that for me? I know there is something, and it's going to annoy me. Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil games. I played them so much.
I weren't really a fan of them.
I didn't like them when I was a kid because the zombies scared me too much, but I love them now.
The thing is, see, games never really used to scare me. The one game that did scare me though was one of the Metal Gear Solids. Did you ever play any old Metal Gear Solids, Tom?
Only the one I played today, which was Metal Gear. Is it Rising, whatever?
You are no use, son. Have you played any RE?
I never played it, but I watched someone play it, and I don't know which one it was, but it really scared me. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, I didn't really find it that scary, but I remember my brother getting it for the PlayStation 1, and there was a point where you're up in the air vent above this jail cell, and there's this bloke in there. You drop down, you start speaking to him, and he has a random heart attack. And the jail cell door opens for you, which is like, kind of random, to be honest, actually, thinking about it. But this woman used to jump in the room, and she said something like, "You bastard," and I remember it scaring the life out of me. I shit myself, pressed the off button, and my brother didn't save it. So literally, he had to start again, and I think I really did piss him off.
Lad.
But no, there was, well, there was a lot of good racing games as well back in the day as well.
Gran Turismo was fun.
Yes.
Mario Kart.
You can't beat Mario Kart, it's a classic.
Top Gear Rally.
Never played it.
Yeah,
no, me either.
Nintendo 64 game, it's just Rally.
They just put Top Gear on it to give it a brand.
I don't think even Top Gear existed then. Or not the show.
I had one in my head then. Toka Touring Cars. Did you ever play that?
No.
Yes.
Well, mixed opinions there, but anyway. Do you ever remember that cheat, Tom, where you could put the cheat in and it would lock 3 secret cars?
It wasn't mine, it was my uncle's, and I barely ever played it, so...
I remember having it. I put this cheat in, you get 3 secret cars. One was a pink Cadillac, I think. I can't remember what the second one was, but the third one was a tank. So you're doing like rally racing and all that shit on like proper tracks. Everyone else is in like professional cars, and there's me in a tank. And I'm thinking, well, I was probably like 5 at the time, and I'm just thinking, I can't win this game. I'm shit at racing games at this age. So I literally just stood on the side of the road, blowing everyone's cars up, just waiting for them to go past.
There's one I told you about the other day, Extreme G. Just an insane motorbike one with like 100 mile flips in the air and stuff. It was just so stupid, it was brilliant. Why don't you make more games like that?
I miss, do you remember Twisted Metal?
I know the name, but...
I think it was called Twisted Metal. It was like
familiar to me.
It was like a demolition derby game, but you had like guns on your cars.
Cool.
I played a game like that, Vigilant 8 on the Nintendo 64.
Oh yeah, we played that around Minder once, didn't we?
They have it on Xbox.
Did it really?
Yes, yeah, but it's not as good as the original.
So yeah, I think they do need to bring out more demolition derby games, I think.
Well, you kind of have Need for Speed, but it's not really the same.
It's not a demolition derby.
Well, no.
Kev.
See, the latest Dirt game was Dirt Showdown.
That was, yeah, the demolition mode, I remember the demo.
Yeah, that was really good. I actually brought it, but... Well, in fact, I've got it on both PC and Xbox. But you just can't find, like, games of it. I just don't think it was advertised good enough as, like, Dirt 2 was, because I think that was their best seller, weren't it?
It's the only one I've really played.
Yeah, I think, well, I remember everyone at my school had Dirt 2.
I know a lot of people played them.
See, that's what my school was like. We were all split up into groups, and because, like, I think everyone in the school had Xboxes except for about 3 people, and they were just, like, pushed to one side.
Get out, sit by yourselves.
We had all, like, our own gaming group. So when a new game came out, like Gears of War or Dirt or COD, we had, like, a clan already. And we had, like a school clan battles kind of thing. It was really fun. I remember one of them we all chipped money in. I think I won 15 quid in the end.
Nice.
That was camping on Showdown with the RPD on COD 4. I remember that. That was fun. So, right, we've talked about Nintendo, we've talked about PlayStation. You think of anything that you used to play on any other consoles?
I never had any other consoles apart from a PlayStation 1, a PlayStation 2, and my Game Boy Color.
PlayStation 2 then.
Oh, well.
Wow.
I played Resident Evil 4 a lot, and the Silent Hill games.
I've never played a Silent Hill game.
They're fun, they're really, really intense. But
I
they're
have
fun.
played Silent Hill 4.
I never
That
finished
was
that one, I
quite-
couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I never finished it either. I got really close. I think I'm like one of the last two thingies, but there was those deformed baby things that were attached together that walked. They were like really, really creepy. Everything
Yeah,
else
the
in that game
monsters
was.
are freaky.
The other ones weren't that bad. They were just like these floating zombies that were just like ah, ah, ah. They used to just float and make just stupid grounding noises, and they didn't really do anything apart from slowly drain your health. They were just annoying. Then there was like these weird monkey spitting things that just like spat at you.
I can't really remember anything that I played on the PlayStation 2. I seriously can't.
Oh, Need for Speed.
Because I think I got my Xbox before I actually got a PlayStation 2. And then I got a PlayStation 2 for one of my birthdays, I think. And I actually can't remember playing anything on it.
I can't remember any groundbreaking game. San Andreas. San Andreas was probably the biggest game that you could have had.
Oh, no, but I would have just got that on Xbox, wouldn't I?
You noob.
See, like, I know we was trying to go off the subject of Xbox, but talking about another things about selling points, I don't think like the Xbox One and the PS4 have had like really good ones. There's like nothing. Because I could have turned around and said this Christmas, yeah, I'm going to buy an Xbox One, but for what games?
Forza 4, and that's it.
You mean Forza 5?
Forza 5, and that's it. That's the only game I want.
That doesn't really look as interesting. No, because I started off on Forza 2, and then I saw Forza 3, and I thought, yeah, these graphics look amazing, it looks so much better. And then I saw Forza 4, and I was just like, go on, then everyone else has got it. And now I see Forza 5, I'm thinking, what the fucking hell's the point? It just looks the same.
Basically £500 just for one game. I don't think so.
So, like, in Dead Rising, I ain't been a Dead Rising fan, I can't get into it.
I quite like games. Never finished any of them, but yeah, that's not the point. They're fun.
What else has been? What else have been the releases for the new consoles?
Rise,
Assassin's Creed?
Assassin's Creed. That's still kind of like £500. I mean, I can get that now. It's like pay £500. Yeah, I mean, it's just that there's only one or two games that you can't really get, and then it's just £500 just to play COD Ghost or thingy. I can already pay you like just £40 for instead and play it.
See, and think about that actually. Another game that I used to play when I was a lot younger on, I think it was the SNES. Yeah, it was the SNES. Killer Instinct, that's been released on Xbox One now. And
I never actually ever heard of that game till it came out, and that's an Xbox Nintendo.
it was
64 game.
different. It was really different, but really good. It was really fucking hard as well. I'm thinking about it actually. But to be honest with you, I've saw the Xbox One. I've seen people do live streams of it, and that just doesn't interest me at all either. It just doesn't look great at all.
I haven't actually looked at it. I'm not gonna lie, I have not looked at any single of the new games at all.
I've
seen
seen
like 10 minutes of Forza and that's it.
I've seen live streams of an Xbox One release and the PS4 release. I saw Dead Rising and I weren't impressed with that. I saw a bit of Forza 5 and I particularly weren't impressed with that. I saw Killer Instinct. And the thing is, the game's free, but you have to pay extra for the characters.
Oh, what? That sucks.
So you get like one character when you first get the game.
In all fairness though, a lot of people have said it's actually really good though. I know you have to pay and stuff, but the game isn't supposed to be that bad.
It just doesn't... See, when I play a fighting game, I like it to be skill-based. That's why I've always wanted to get into...
Well, that's still character thingies, what character you use, more what you
Oh
base
yeah,
it.
obviously. But I've always wanted to get into like a Marvel vs Capcom or even Street Fighter. Because I know they are the biggest skill-based games going at the moment in terms of fighting games. But like Killer Instinct, I saw the live stream of it and like, I think there was someone there that was actually like one of the makers of the game, or got it on a pre-release and it's like completed it or something, and someone who'd never played it before, never even played the original, just picked up the controller, mashed the buttons and beat him. I'm thinking, yeah, I ain't gonna get that.
All mashing ones are the only way I can really go with fighting games. That's why Soul Calibur is a bit more easy for me. It's only fighting game.
Yeah, same.
So I didn't really play much of the Soul Caliburs except for the one on the Dreamcast.
I've played the first one, a friend used to have it. I've got the second one. The only one I've missed is the third one, and I'm still yet to play the newest one.
See, you've got the newest one, ain't you, Ari?
Yeah, I've played Soul Blade, which is like the first one. Soul Calibur 2, 3. I skipped 4 and I've got 5 at the minute.
Yeah, me and Tom have both got 4.
Great game.
Well, is there any like added characters in number 5 then?
Yeah, like there's a bunch of different characters because apparently it's set 18 years after 4. So like it's just replaced a bunch of like the old fighting styles just with different people, and it's a bit rubbish.
Is Nightmare still in the game?
Kind of.
Can you play as him?
I think so.
As long as you can play as Nightmare, I'm happy.
So Maxie was always my favourite character.
Yeah, Maxie's pretty badass, but everyone seems to hate him.
He's just cool. Who doesn't love nunchucks?
I don't. There's not a single character in that game I don't like.
There's one character I don't like with a passion. I'll give you one guess.
Voldo?
Yeah.
Voldo's a beast. What an animal.
He looks like
Voldo.
a rapist.
He does look like a rapist, which is part of his charm.
He just walks around like a weirdo, waving his arms around. It's
He's a
horrible.
fucking weirdo.
Breathes like Darth Vader.
Because he is fucking Darth Vader. Son! I am your real father. But the crossover is like on the thing you want, it's just like a bit too close, isn't it?
I think they should do more game crossovers though. Like,
God with Forza.
obviously, God with Forza. Wow.
That's just... it wouldn't work. That would not
That's
work.
disturbing. I don't think I'm actually going to sleep tonight of how horrible that game will be.
There's
Thanks,
the
Tom.
GTA.
Yeah, you're right actually.
Already got it. Fuck it. Forget it.
But no, obviously they did Super Smash Brothers, and I thought that was really good. They've got stuff like Sonic, Sega All-Star Racing.
Doggy Hedgehog.
Yeah, Sonic All-Star Racing, that's pretty good. What else have they done crossover-wise?
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh yeah, all of them.
DC versus Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I don't know why, but you've just reminded me. Another old school game. I never actually owned it, but we always used to go on holiday to the same place, and I played it in the arcade. Was the X-Men game.
Yeah. Get that on Xbox as well.
I've already got it on Xbox.
Oh no. Informing our viewers.
So yeah, expect a video on that.
Not for me.
So I always liked those kind of... I preferred them in the arcade though, instead of actually having them on
The
game.
experience.
Yeah. Like, to think, oh, if I die, I've got to put another 50p in. Whereas if I die, I've just got to press the fucking start button, and I'm back to the same point. Like, Golden Axe. Do you remember that?
No.
It was more of a fantasy-based one, and I actually played that in Mallorca.
Hey, okay.
I was only young at the time, but I think I spent all my money on Golden Axe. It was a brilliant game. But no, I've just got random games coming into my head now. It's like I've seen the light or something. Now this is going to be really odd. You're either going to know it or you won't know it. Do you remember Ape Escape?
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
It sounds really familiar.
It was the worst planned out controls for any game in the world.
I remember it very, very briefly. PlayStation 1 game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anthony Mank used to have it. I remember playing it on his PlayStation 1. I know it's talking about monkeys and whatnot, but I can't really remember
Kind
it
of says
all
in
now.
the name. But
I'm
the
trying to
object of
remember.
the game was you literally had a net and you had to catch monkeys. That was it. But you couldn't play it unless you had a dual shock controller for the PlayStation 1, which is obviously just a controller with the 2 analog sticks. Now, I don't know about you, but I didn't have many of them when I was young. I had the ones without the analog sticks.
I really can't remember the game now. It's just really annoying me. I'm going to end up YouTubing that later.
The game was, you moved around with the one analog stick, and the other analog stick was to like throw your net in a certain direction. It was bloody horrible to control.
I remember that was Catching Monkeys, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've just said like 3 times.
I remember what it was now. You were that little bloke with the fucking red jumper and brown spiky hair.
Yeah.
And I think was you with your sister or something? She get kidnapped by some monkey, and you had to go and kidnap. You had to go and fucking kidnap your own monkeys. It was just like, you take my sister, I take your monkeys, and whatnot. I fucking remember that game now. That was a fucking legendary game. That was
That sounds like a plot for like King Kong 2 or something. Peter Jackson, get on it. That's one film I've never watched either.
King Kong's dead.
I know, but the game was good. Did you ever play the King Kong game?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that was really good. It was weird. Really.
Yeah, monkey. And a man. It was a fun game, Problem is, played on PlayStation 2, not 360, so I missed out on all that easy 1000G. Never mind.
Oh, ain't you a big fan of Tetris?
I've played Tetris a lot, a ridiculous amount.
So that's... I was thinking about the other day and I thought that would be one thing I'd love to get into, is just be like a speed player of Tetris.
It takes such a long time. You should watch this video of like the fastest Tetris player in the world. He gets 40 lines in something like less than 20 seconds.
Wow.
It's just amazing to watch. And there's me just like getting 40 lines in about 2 minutes. Just like, oh, I'm terrible.
And there's me and Tom getting 14 lines and like... I'm not even getting 14
Are you still talking
lines.
about Tetris here?
Yeah. No, well, you always forget there's these good old school games like when Tetris came out and obviously something else came out, you referred to Tetris being shit then. But like when you think about them now, like Pac-Man and you know some of the original Marios on the Game Boy. Pong, wow. The most simplest.
What about Space Invaders?
Wow, yeah, Space Invaders.
Never heard of it.
They should make a real life Space Invaders.
We need aliens.
Yeah.
Did they do that in Futurama?
I don't know. I think they did it on Scrubs actually.
I remember that episode of Futurama. Futurama was a show. Next podcast, TV shows.
Right, yeah, I was literally just about to mention the Adventure Time game that I really want to play.
Oh, I want to play that as well, but I'm a huge Adventure Time fan, so you know.
I'm more into the regular show.
It's got
I like that as well.
What, Tom?
Fuck all on the cartoons of my youth.
Oh yeah, we were talking about some of them earlier.
The regular show's not too bad.
But apparently, I think there is a DS game on that, but it looks terrible.
Only one way to find out.
No, but I think like it's something ridiculous. Like you can just be 4 of the Adventure Time characters, but then there's a load more you can unlock, and then there's like a 100 level dungeon. So,
oh wow!
So I think that'd be like good to do a video on if we could all get it. That'd be a good laugh.
Yeah, definitely.
It's on.
It's on Xbox 360.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm going to look into in the future.
I want to play a game on something that I really like.
How can you not like Adventure Time?
Because I have a life. I don't know.
Did they ever turn any other in like cartoons into games?
Ed, and Eddie. Only Powerpuff Girls.
No, I mean like proper branded games, no, not like a one-hit wonder kind of thing.
Isn't there a bunch of SpongeBob games?
Oh yeah, there's like the Nicktoons games as well. Well,
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Pokemon.
That's really
Digimon.
Well, yeah.
Did you ever play the Digimon game?
Yeah, it was terrible.
I know.
It digivolved into a monster it wasn't supposed to digivolve into.
Yeah, didn't it just like shit all over the place as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's literally like taking a dog for a walk, and every so often it just changed into something bizarre.
Horrible game.
It's just I've never got into Digimon.
It basically just took the entire idea of Digimon and just broke it.
You mean Pokemon?
No, Digimon.
No, you mean Digimon took the whole idea of Pokemon and broke it?
It took the whole idea of the Digimon game. It just took the whole idea
Oh
of
right,
Digimon.
yeah, I see what you're saying
Broke
now.
Digimon.
But I thought Digimon was a bit of a rip-off of Pokemon. It is literally just Pokemon that can talk.
Similar to Pokemon, but it's not the same.
It was like if Meowth was to have his own TV show.
They kind of cashed in
I
on that
would watch
idea.
that.
but
Yeah,
it's-
who wouldn't? You know what? Meowth shouldn't have a TV show. He should have a game show.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
That would work.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who the makers of Pokemon now. Whoever you are, get on it.
We want this idea.
Yeah. They make millions.
Well,
You know what they should turn into a game as well? Just a simple, like, I don't know, like an iPhone game or something. Or an app. Like, you'd make loads of it. Who's that Pokemon?
Yeah.
If they had a
They already
picture
have.
pop up on your phone, you had to type in the name. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, kind of like that 4 picks 1 film or whatever.
Yeah.
all pick what?
You know about like 4 picks 1 word, where it'll have like a picture of like, you know, 4 pictures that have a car in it, and you think
Fucking
it's
hell.
3 letters. Is the word car? Maybe something daft like van.
Yeah.
Hated that game. I was terrible at it.
It occupied my breaks at work.
Fucking read the paper.
But no, there's a lot of games out now that are like pay to win. I hate those games. Like, what was you playing a lot of, Tom? That I had the beta for when I put the video up.
Again, that's not really that much pay to play still.
It is though.
Barely pay to play.
It's going to get to the point in the game where it's going to be like, oh, you're not going to beat me unless you pay me 50 quid.
There's not really play versus player, so there's very little play
Oh,
versus
yeah.
player. And I'm a really high level on that actually, so mine was just, I bashed that game. My Xbox was broke, it was all like a play, so I'm ridiculously high level. Literally every time I have anything to do with another character, I just easily beat them anyway. I was ranked quite high in the world at one point, I think it was in the top 100.
Oh, I was talking to Ari the other day about how high ranked me and you used to be in on Yu-Gi-Oh!
We were quite high at one point.
Yeah. We absolutely owned the doubles. And this is an announcement now. This is like WWE when I bring down the microphone and I'm like offering someone out and it's got to happen. Me and Ari are having a rematch, right? And it's going to be recorded and I will beat her.
Oh, will you now?
Tom, I didn't take a single life point off her.
Oh,
Twice.
She was using the standard deck.
why?
Yeah.
The standard deck.
Yeah.
And you've got like nearly every card.
Yeah. Bear in mind, I haven't built my super deck yet. You know I've only got my fairy deck
I've got
on
my
Roid
super
deck.
deck ready.
Eh?
I've got my deck ready.
And I've got my defense deck for when we play doubles. That's all I've got. But this is an announcement. This is like Sunday Night Raw.
Monday.
And Monday.
There is no Sunday.
This is going to be a thing. In fact, I reckon we should make it a little tournament out of the 3 of us.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
There we go, that's an idea for a video.
Problem
Great.
is, I can't record you two unless you were to come round my house, Tom.
Rather not. No, I'm
Oh,
joking.
cheers, mate.
I'm game for a tournament anyway. I can't do much fucking worse against it than you did, can I?
Well, I'm just happy I didn't record it. I did say I was going to go easy. I just think I went a bit too easy.
You don't say. Yeah, I went easy. I went easy. That's the only reason you beat me. How are you not? I don't understand how you don't take a single life point from anybody in 2 games.
The thing is, though, I was literally just drawing one monster card. My whole hand was just full of spells, like fusion spells, and I was just drawing like one monster card each time. And I was like, I can't do anything. I was literally just defending my life points. But then when she was stacking monsters, I was like, yeah, this is game over.
You are officially no longer my tag partner. Oh, really? The placement.
Wow.
You know I'm like the perfect tactician for Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well,
You are
clearly not.
literally just an extra bunch of cards to me. I'll just tell you what to place down.
I'm sorry, most of
And
the time
this
we
is why
fucking
we're
do
not like Yu-Gi-Oh friends anymore.
So the thing is, we used to have a night, didn't we, where we just get a few beers and we used to have like a 4-way of Yu-Gi-Oh! The actual cards.
always down for a 4-way.
So, do you remember playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories on the PlayStation 1?
No.
I think so. I've played a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh games then. I don't really... They sort of mashed together in my mind.
It was different. Like, some of the cards in there I've never actually heard of in real life. And I know probably about 90% of the first gen cards. But like, I was gonna say something about it now. That was it. But some of the newer games, like, don't get me wrong, that game was really good. It was different, but it was good. But some of the newer ones have been terrible. They've tried to turn them into like a proper role-playing game. So you do duels, you have to like make your money off your duels and buy packs. Which is it is good, don't get me wrong, but then there's like parts that it's just like the deck builders are fucked up. It doesn't really explain to you about anything.
It's quite. I played one on the Game Boy like that. I bought it off a friend, and it just did not describe anything. It was just so complicated.
It was, yeah.
That's why the Xbox One's good. It has like it helps you. It's not.
Yeah.
It didn't leave you there straight away with like, right, here's everything. Good luck trying to play this game.
Here's everything. Now complete me. But no, I've got one from a DS. I actually found it the other day, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll put that in and I'll play it. So I started playing it and I thought, have I played this before? I don't remember it. And it turns out it's a real-time strategy game instead of the actual card game.
Real-time strategy.
Yeah, it's like...
Weird.
It's like Age of Empires or Command and Conquer. I just couldn't get my head around it. I was like, this ain't Yu-Gi-Oh! What have you done to this? You've broke it.
Yeah, you destroyed it! How could you, you bastard! Oh dear. What other games are the kinda like that?
They've really turned like any games. Yeah, that is an odd thing to think about. Games that have turned into real-time strategy games. Halo, obviously.
Didn't do a very good job of it.
No, that was terrible, to be honest.
I liked the demo and that was it.
I liked that 15 minutes that you're allowed to play, but if we go anywhere over 15, that's it again.
Full game, you ruined it. Don't know why, just, yeah. Bashed the hell out of the demo, got the full game. Do not like this one bit.
But no, talking about old school games again, I think it's like Minecraft. I think that's a bit weird how they've gone from, you know, all these next gen games, all these brilliant graphics, and then they kind of go back on a game.
That's not really bad graphics though, is it? It's just the way it's set out and everybody just say...
No, but it's something dead simple that they could have done back in the day.
It's just plain big square, clean looking textures.
Yeah, but it's like... It's just so different to everything else, but just dead simple. You know, whoever thought of, you know, oh, let's make a game where you get a spade and you dig up dirt. Oh, except for Dig Dug, obviously, but... You ever played Dig Dug? That game was horrible.
Yeah, I never played it.
So you probably don't know what I'm on about.
Nope.
I did. Stupid, yeah.
It really was. I can't remember much about it. Was it like a spaceman that you used to have to dig down into the moon or something?
I think so.
And you just have
I never played
obstacles
it
in the way.
properly, but I've played like the 1 or 2 bits for it here and there, and it's just... No.
But anyway, talking about Minecraft, it's just... I think it's just mad how it's kind of gone back on gaming, and then it's been like a multi-million hit.
Well, yes, pretty much. It's like a game I could have created when I was like 2.
But
Well,
the thing is,
5.
though, it's just everyone knows about it as well. It's all over YouTube. It's all, you know, everyone knows what Minecraft is, even old people.
we're trying to get in on that action.
But I can't imagine them doing something like that again and being a big hit. I think it's just a one-off, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I bet you Mojang, and I'm probably going to get slapped for this. I know Mojang ain't the original people that created it, but I bet they have made a shit ton of money. It's crazy.
It's all about robbing those ideas and improving them. Nothing is original. Everything gets copied somewhere from something. It's basically fucking Lego.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how to explain the game.
Just a bit more
Talking of Lego,
complicated.
do you remember the Lego games?
Play Lego Racers, and it's the most complicated racing game in the fucking world.
It was so good though. You get to build a car out of Lego and then race it.
I never played it.
Oh, you are missing out. You could build like fire trucks and stuff like that and vans and then just race them. It was brilliant.
Well, I did it about the same Lego racing game here, but
This one was on the PC.
This one was Nintendo 64. You like built your little man, took his license, started building your car, and you had like a boss guy, and each level one was the pirate dude. The vampire guy was just impossible, and there's the tiki dude who was just an arse.
So I was also talking to you about this about games the other day as well, weren't I? About the difference between old school games and new games now. About rumours that used to go around about games.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if you complete the game in a certain amount of time, you'll unlock this person as a playable character, or this will happen and that'll happen. You don't get that with games anymore. Everything's just found on the internet.
Like GTA San Andreas, the original one, just literally everything was a rumour.
Yeah.
Bigfoot, fucking what else was there? Aliens, zombies, ghosts.
One thing that annoyed me was, I heard that you could play as Woody in Toy Story 2 if you completed the game. That was the hardest game known to man. And it was a kid's game.
Game's that? The Toy Story game with Buzz?
Yeah, Toy Story 2, because there wasn't a Toy Story 1, was there?
I think I played that on PC.
It was horrible. Like, at one point you had to mix paint to get certain colours, and there's me like 4 years old, and like, you got to make purple. I'm like, you what?
I didn't know blue, red and green. What's purple? I remember that game, that was fun.
It was good, don't get me wrong.
Complicated as hell.
Yeah. But we played Toy Story 3 not long ago, didn't we? And that was but surprisingly for a kid's game, it was brilliant.
I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty darn gross. I was just sitting there like, yeah, I sat there for the rest of the day. Like Jordan stopping against night.
Take me to your world.
Why have I not bought that for Xbox?
Why have I not brought it for Xbox?
I will get there. We're doing a series. I
don't think it's multiplayer, to be honest with you.
Well, you're gonna fucking come to my house and record me. Get a tripod.
You've been told.
Face cam the whole lot.
I'll record it off my iPod.
And this is Tom's face when he found Rex.
Fucking Rex studies.
No, well, you know what, I was quite disappointed in that they never made Monsters Inc. into a proper game.
Oh, I remember playing a demo for the Monsters Inc. game. And you just went around as Sully scaring kids and throwing up the canister thingy.
There was?
Yeah, I remember playing it with my cousins.
Why have I not known about this?
You're fucking not really a Monsters Inc. fan, are you?
I am.
Yeah.
Well, you were there that one time. We was having a board game night. I was doing all the words, word to word, weren't I? With when it was on in the background. I am mad on that film. Weren't impressed with the second one.
Well, I have not seen it.
But I don't know. I know this is going completely off topic, but on the talk of Disney, we were on about Skylanders earlier. They've brought out what's it called now? Oh, it's like Skylanders. Yeah, we'll call it that for now. Disney Skylanders.
Isn't Disney Infinity?
That's it, Infinity. I don't know why I was thinking University. But
subject to fucking Monsters Inc.
Oh yeah, but I've seen some videos on that, and that actually looks really good. I still think it's a rip-off that you have to pay about 15 quid for each character.
Oh yeah, I think the same.
But I think the idea of it, where it's just a big toy box area, and you unlock different, toys, buildings, vehicles, creatures, and you can just build your own world. I think, in my eyes, I think that's brilliant.
It wasn't a bad idea.
I'm more of a sandbox person. Like, you had Tony Hawk's, but I've always preferred Skate now, and I like GTA Sandbox, but it does get a bit repetitive after a while. Yeah. Obviously Minecraft, the things to do on Minecraft are endless.
The possibilities are endless. What time are we on, Jordan?
Oh yeah, I think we'll end that there.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's been fun.
Yeah, so thanks for listening. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Ari, do you want to say something about your blog? Where to find it?
Yeah, I write about sort of comics and video games and bits and pieces on comicsandcookies.com, and you can find me on Twitter at @ArielAlphabet.
And Tom, do you want to say something about what you do?
Stay black, don't let what man bring you down, and you can prevent forest fires. Safe sex is fun sex, always use a condom. Stay safe, safety first. Peace out.
And don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Also check out the Geek Treehouse. It's something that me, Ari and Tom, if you want to jump in on it as well, I know you want to write a few things. It's literally just geek news, gaming, comics, cosplay, TV, movies, music. We're currently just getting it up and running properly at the moment, but once we do get up and running, we're going to be bashing out of it basically. So yeah,
There'll be a link in the bottom.
Yes, there will be. So check that out on Facebook. And like I said, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. And thanks for watching. Bye.
Safe sex is fun sex.
Bye.